Welcome everyone, thanks for joining us. Hey Leroy, I'll pass it to you to be our MC, okay?
Yep.
So folks are joining now.
Yep. Okay, welcome people. Welcome, yes. Krip-Hop Nation is on. Krip-Hop Nation would like to thank Stacy Park, who came up with this idea, Emily and the staff of the Longmore Institute, who's providing the platform, the sign language interpreters, and Krip-Hop artists worldwide. I'd like to dedicate this benefit to one of the co-founders of Krip-Hop Nation, who is now our ancestor, Rob Denoy's Temple. This benefit is a fundraising for two organizations. The first one, Open Doors in New York, is an art and initiative on Roosevelt Island, based in the long-term care facility where many members live. At the center of this network are the reality poets, Black and Latino men who use wheelchairs largely due to street violence and who work to save lives through their art. And two, Warriors on Wheels of Detroit, a grassroots nonprofit advocacy organization of people with disabilities for people with disabilities. They started a food delivery program for people with disabilities throughout the Detroit area. This is our first international online concert. You will see poets, painters, hip-hop artists, and dancers with disabilities all around the world. Each artist will do one piece or 5 to 7 minutes long. We'll go in order. I will start with a poem dedicated to Rob Denoy's Temple, who was also a DJ and keyboardist of the Sugar Hill Gang. This is called Herbs and Cerebral Palsy Mix for Rob Denoy's Temple. Rest in peace. The palsy mix. No, this is no trick. Both of us, you can't fix. His beat and my poetry made people sick. Herbs and cerebral palsy made music in Brooklyn homemade studio. You don't know? Let's go. With one hand, he made bodies flow. The palsy mix. No, this is no trick. Both of us, you can't fix. His beat and my poetry made people sick. He was my elder. We came together to make Krip-Hop. He is gone, but the movement can't stop. Music industry's discrimination and eviction took its toll, slowed his roll. My cerebral palsy picked him up and took him on the road. The palsy mix. No, this is no trick. Both of us, you can't fix. His beat and my poetry made people sick. Herbs and cerebral palsy made music in Brooklyn homemade studio. You don't know, let's go. With one hand, he made bodies flow. I will miss my palsy brother. Rob Denoy's Temple, becoming my ancestor. He is still on the deck, creating an urge palsy mix, putting down my cerebral palsy lyrics. This is no bye-bye. Your rhythm, we will also ride. To get that ultimate high, but you got your wings, so let's fly. Rest in peace, Rob Denoise Temple. So we're gonna go on to the next artist. And the next artist is a picture of Rob Denoise Temple. If we don't have that, we can go on to Indian Harwell, and she's a dancer from California.
Jay, you ready?
Yes, thank you. Indian Harvell from California. We're gonna go next to Keith Jones, and he's a DJ rapper, and he's in New York. Keith, take it away. Yeah, you still mute. Unmute yourself, Keith.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, let's try to be black again. What's up? Not a professional singer, but you know. Damn, baby, I bet you be looking sexy, making love. Damn, baby, I bet you be looking sexy, making love. Speakers even not there, put the cliff in the wind. Me with a sexy friend, let the party commence and no one takes. Cause we're too accessible. I'm in EFFECT, you see, baby. Hot my chill for the night. Order another round today, get right. I like what's in my other sight, mommy tight. Only question is, am I right? Oh, wait, I know for sure, you're right. So, proper intro, engage in the combo. She ain't probably digging my vibe, yo. I know, I'm just so remarkable. She said, yeah, I read your article and you're an activist and advocate. I retorted like the way your fashion fit. She smiled and fit. Eyes connect, I detect. We on the verge of getting wet. Damn, baby, I bet you be looking sexy. Making, I'm not a singer, but you know, damn, baby, I bet you be looking sexy. Making love. But them other dudes do, I don't presume that you think that I'm not the guy. Cause see me, the female form is an art. Keep the blood racial plus more than the heart, but minus in the intellect, that's mine to say. I do not suppress to see that she laughs. Said you so silly, baby. This by definition of the lady. She giggled, huh? And that's why PGROOVE in this chemistry. Now wait a minute. She leaned in closer, slowly, motioned me over, neck by a peck, on the ear by the neck, whispering softly, I got the check. Yeah, you can guess what happens next. Whoa, damn baby, how did you be looking sexy, making love? I don't sing, but I'm telling you, damn baby, how did you be looking? You know the rest. Huh. Now you and Mr. Jones got something going on. So intriguing, you're not believing. Accessible cab, I got the tab. Headed up the ebb, just waiting for it. You cannot resist. Says I don't do this, but I'm hella captivated. Current slang swag. Damn, baby, you bad. I'm so glad. And yes, I must admit it. Yeah, you gotta flow to you. So many things I wanna show to you. So I propose to you that the cosmic explore the cosmic lust. Duplicate between us is inevitable and can only be exercised to touch. Tonight you completely edible. Every morsel delectable, incredible. Oh, damn, baby, I bet you be looking sexy, making love. I'm not a singer, but for real though. Damn, baby, I bet you be looking sexy, making love. Sexy when you're making love.
Yes, thank you, Keith. There's Keith Jones. He's also a co-founder of Krip-Hop Nation, and he's in New York. We're gonna go on to DJ Quad, in LA, and he's a rapper, and of course he's been around Krip-Hop from the beginning. So DJ Quad, take it away. Peace.
All right. Here we go. DJ Quad, Leroy said, Los Angeles, California. This song right here I'm gonna do. It's called Seeds of Hip Hop. Hip hop is what I do. Hip hop is what I bring. Hip hop is what I love. I spread the seeds of hip hop like sun rays above. Hip hop is what I do. Hip hop is what I bring. Hip hop is what I love. I spread the seeds of hip hop like sun rays above. I was blessed with the talent passed down from the vine. The family tree, yeah, it's all mine. My roots run deeper than the bottom of the sea. With music in my blood, my path is meant to be. I define music, the music found me. Call it what you want, I call it destiny. I'm here to plant seeds and bless you with some music. The choice that I made was to never abuse it, cause I say what I want and know that I will. I keep it positive, yeah, I'm keeping it real. You can write all you want, all your negative lips. As I sit down and write, I feel the strength of the spirit coming within me, expressing me freely. Not just once, so I feel it on the daily. So listen close to the message I'm sending. I wanna be known as a musical legend. And every time my hands get drops, I wanna reach the top. I wanna be known like the king of the pop. And hand up the torch till my unborn breed. Pass down the knowledge till I hip hop seed. Hip hop is what I do. Hip hop is what I bring. Hip hop is what I love. I spread the seeds of hip hop like sun rays above. Hip hop is what I do. Hip hop is what I bring. Hip hop is what I love. I spread the seeds of hip hop like sun rays above. Music's in my heart. Music's in my mind, got music in my soul, it's not hard to find. I love hip hop, I love what she's worth. I spread my seed inside hip hop, yeah, she's giving birth. Pass down the seed of our next generation. The beauty and love, hip hop, my creation. I want to see it grow like a tree for many years, giving back the knowledge that I learned from my peers, and hope they pick up and do the right thing. It's not about the money, houses, cars, or blame. So just do what you do what you love. The greatest gift of all, yeah, it comes from above. That's why I chose to do the right thing. With everything I touch and the music I bring, and it goes way back, right from the start. With this music in the blood that comes to my heart. Hip hop is what I do. Hip hop is what I bring. Hip hop is what I love. I spread the seeds of hip hop like sun rays above. Hip hop is what I do. Hip hop is what I bring. Hip hop is what I love. I spread the seeds of hip hop like sun rays above. Fell in love with hip hop way back in the days. They thought hip hop was just gonna be a phase. 25 and counting, keeping it strong. For 25 more, I pass the seeds along. Gotta give thanks to the true pioneers, those holding it down to the good and bad years. Eric B. and Rakim and LL2, Grandmaster Cash and a treacherous crew. With EPMD and my DMC, they set the path for the true MCs. Nas, Pun, Tupac, and B.I.G. NWA and Stretch from Naughty. As I share my thanks to other legends at hand. Hip hop ain't shit without the Wu-Tang Clan. In cypher, still Kim and doing the thing. You never rap in the light from the Sugar Hill Gang. I'm taking you back, taking the grace in the spot. I can go on forever, tell the records I got. But it's my time now, I got albums to drop. I'm gonna keep it going on, dropping seeds of hip hop. Hip hop is what I do. Hip hop is what I bring. Hip hop is what I love. I spread the seeds of hip hop like sun rays above. Hip hop is what I do. Hip hop is what I bring. Hip hop is what I love. I spread the seeds of hip hop like sun rays above. Woo! That's right. Gotta love that hip hop. Shout out to the Krip-Hop Nation.
Yes.
Woo! DJ Quad. Thank you.
Thank you, DJ Quad from LA. DJ Quad. So we're gonna go to Germany, across the pond, with Binky, and Binky has been down with Krip-Hop since the beginning. Binky, take it away.
Yeah, greetings, Krip-Hop Nation, Germany in the house. You can hear me?
Yes, go ahead. Do your stuff.
All right, then let me start my thing. I got some background dancer with me, the loud the gust. I don't see good with my sunglasses tonight, but my eyes looking terrible. 1 second, all right. Wait. Yeah, Krip-Hop Nation with a K. Rip, rock the noise temple. Covid19. AUX City represent. What? Wow. Pass drauf auf, nehmt nicht länger alles in Kauf, denn Prophezeiungen nehmen ihren Lauf. Wenn ihr weiterhin willenlos alles glaubt, so baut den Turm von Babel wieder auf, löscht Terror aus. Aber nicht bloß den Meladen, sondern ebenso den vom Weißen Haus. Denn während der Westen ins Haus und Braus lebt, kämpft der Rest ums Überleben. Ich glaube, ich muss mich übergeben, sehe es in den Medien, wie viele das noch genehmigen. Die wenigen derjenigen, die nur bei Gott abreden doch blicken, steigen auf in Pflicht, lassen sich nicht länger verschicken, werden nicht länger zu jedem Ja und Amen nicken. Den Zeitbomben, die Putin und Trump am Ticken. Politik ist nichts anderes wie Bullshit verklickern, um sich die Massen gefügig zu machen und ihren Willen zu brechen, indem sie sogar noch das Wasser mit Chlor und Fluor versetzen. Kommt's vor, dass sich hier nur die Reichen vernetzen? Ja. Am Tag schlaf brav, wirst sein wach in der Nacht. Des Tages dämmern schickt dich in den Sonnenuntergang. Rot, grau, oranges Glimmern der Figuren verschwimmen wie gewohnt im Vorhof zum Mond. Am Tag schlaf brav, wirst sein wach in der Nacht. Des Tages dämmern schickt dich in den Sonnenuntergang. Rot, grau, oranges Glimmern der Figuren verschwimmen wie gewohnt im Vorhof zum Mond. Jo, abgefuckt, der Fakt ist tragisch. Von der Ferne wird der blaue Planet noch magisch. Unsere Vorgehensweise, ihn zu beerdigen, ist taktisch. Prophylaktisch wird der abgepackt im tiefen, darken Sarkophag. Es klappt nicht, wir sind der Parasit, der Bedünnsches im Naturstarmtrakt ist. Sie schon Paraschieb, weil sie sich liebt. Wie am Ende nur ihre graue Kruste übrig blieb. Das allerletzte Artefakt zugrunde liegt. Denn der Krug geht eben nur so lange zum Brunnen, bis er bricht. Alles bricht zusammen wie ein Damm. Stellte Alarm, niemand entkam wie in den 60er Jahren in Vietnam. Nur gestoppt diesen Wahn, wer hat genügend Macht und den Plan? Spannt neues Vieh oder Rinder vor den Kahn, dass auch unsere Kinder noch eine Zukunft haben. Noch ihr schweigt, komm mir vor wie vom Blamage, voll verarscht steigt. Am Arsch halt, scheiß drauf auf Haarspalt, halb so wild Eis drauf, denn bald ein Koller im Kreislauf. Was tun die Welt, in der nur euer Geld gilt, gibt einen Geist auf, will in Frieden ruhen. Und ich weiß auch, wenn ich das letzte Mal einschnauf, was die Welt braucht, ist ein Einlauf. Covid-19. Chillig hier, chillig dort, chillig da. Vertickt mir mein Shit und fickt die Schickeria. Schickimickis werden schläfrig vom Schlangengift, brauchen langen Stift, der Gedankenspannung doch bricht. Der Natter bist, lässt dich halluzinieren. Wenn du ein Zacker bist, trink Acid in dein Hirn. Du bist nicht gut dran, mit Viren in der Blutbahn. Zitter wie Truthahn, verlierst dein Bewusstsein, behutsam. Dein Bewusstsein, behutsam. Dein Bewusstsein, Am Tag schlaf brav, wirst sein wach in der Nacht. Des Tages dämmern schickt dich in den Sonnenuntergang. Rot, grau, oranges Glimmen der Figuren verschwimmen wie gewohnt im Vorhof zum Mond. Am Tag schlaf brav, wirst sein wach in der Nacht. Des Tages dämmern schickt dich in den Sonnenuntergang. Rot, grau, oranges Glimmern der Figuren verschwimmen wie gewohnt im Vorhof zum Mond. Am Tag schlaf brav, wirst sein wach in der Nacht. Des Tages dämmern schickt dich in den Sonnenuntergang. Rot, grau, oranges Glimmern der Figuren verschwimmen wie gewohnt im Vorhof zum Mond. Im Vorhof zum Mond. Sieh dir die Todesviren, Linguistics. Shoutout to Leroy Moore, Keith Jones, ja man, Krip-Hop Nation, DJ Quad. Alright.
Alright.
The Nation, Rip, rock the noise temple. This one for you, my friend, my brother. Rest in peace.
Thank
Yes,
you,
sir.
Binky. Thank you, Binky. From
My
Germany.
general.
And Germany has a whole chapter of Krip-Hop. So thank you, Binky.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so
You're
now,
always welcome, my brother. Every time. See you.
okay, we gotta go on. So the next
dude.
artist is DJ Cotton Candy from LA. She's a DJ, poet, activist. Take it away, it's all yours.
I am everything extraordinary according to society that defines me to be anything but me. Walk into a room and already they assume my identity, not understanding disability, not knowing the complexities that stem from a people's antiquity, rooted way past DNAs down to the gist of who I be. I refuse to be a pixel picture perfect person they want me to be, cause I be my motherland's tongue caminera soar to distant shores. I be my own story jotted into a journal entry, sometimes a blank page or a scribble and a scratch is a poem that I'd be. Ink blotted, the eyes dotted, rolling off the tongue like vectored splashes, I leave it all spotted. These are the words that describe me, even with my belly twisted, twirly, tummy untucked and knotted. I be fierce like my mama holding me in my arms. I be liberated like Lorena shouting Maki Baka from here to Biko Farms. I be that real hip-hop star. My rhymes rock steady like Mozart. I rock gold earrings cause I be girl beat and I do it for the art. I be what I was born to do because I am a descendant of storytellers and I write stories for people in the dark. I spark because writing is a struggle against silence. I be making small movements but I scream like a giant. I be defiant, fish chanting, causing riots through song and in beat. I stop the violence. I be in pain and in joy, in day and in night, in verse and in hook, in bridge and in tune, in rhythm and in rhymes, in hip hop and in blues, in heart and in soul, in thought and in pen. I be with love. Love is all the answer I need to be fully free. Revolutionary is to reclaim me. I be the Krip, the body, the bodiless, the fat, the depressed, the other, the shame, the forgotten, the erased. APD, SVT, mother of 2 children with disabilities, queer woman of color, girl beautifully. I be on the same tune that you and me sing while we're doing our thing, harmonizing because there's levels to this art, music, words we bring. Tomorrow's too hopeful to give up on a disabled poet, writer, and a DJ's backspin. But don't get me wrong, I know now to give up dreams that were never meant to be, especially if it's the kind of imagination that beats up on me physically and mentally. Through this freedom work, we hold our own independently. Join us in the struggle to fight for humanity. Ending ableism should be a concern to all of you and me. Revolutionary love is unconditional. Loving and showing up for my Down syndrome baby miracle. The fight against injustice is global and critical. Access, intimacy is real when we wishing they could stay feeling you. To realize, to move beyond what is beautiful. Never imagined I could ever be this free. Never imagined that all I had to do was join the organizing movement, justice for and with disability. All I ever want to imagine is a better life for all of you and me. Pretty is my brown skin when my people be feeling me. Imagine yours like my people's history still wagging its tails on the underlings of systemic oppression, homeland and poverty, from Mindanao to Quezon City. Imagine barely 18 years old when lights were out because we lost electricity. Banks tried to take our home at 20 years while we were struggling in poverty. Imagine those hospital bills never placed us in a buried debt of misery. Imagine my mother's job of 22 years filed bankruptcy. It was just my mom, my sister, eating disorder, anxiety, and bipolar depression moved through. Teenagehood wasn't done easily. Ashamed I was in pain, thought everyone would stop loving me. Never told anyone I felt so alone. Your life feels no poem. Imagine the rain that falls when such a storm hovers your sky. I once imagined myself dying about 1 billion times, and now imagine it's 2012, hospitalized with heart disease, heart stopped, and I actually died. Thankful for the community who saved my life. I once imagined there was a movement of millions for disability, and here here you all are, right here with me, speaking truth to power, saying already brave. We've been doing this work, saving our own lives every day. We've been saved, just a lot of love in our hearts, and we live in the best life. This smile on my face is imagination become real when revolutionary love is felt. Have you ever imagined what it would be like to be amongst a few to survive, not just from a census war, a corrupted system, a global pandemic, but everyday life? Because only one knows what it's like for me living this fight, staying alive, don't want to need to keep at this height. I'm tired of the tears, I'm scared of the flight. I've got to feed my soul right, just imagine that light. If we fed the soul right and the view we would see, if the curtains were drawn all this time, I could have been at dawn. You may say that I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. Tell everybody, start imagining a better world and sing it like what's going on. I be the rhythm riding on the waves of one who gets me, an accomplice to my stride. No judgment echoing on the show up needed to survive. Living at the intersections and dismantling the powers that destroy me. Getting the practice of meeting the foundations of accessibility, but also smashing the politics of desirability and respectability. Knowing that we can't just end ableism if we aren't ending racism, homophobia, transphobia, sexism, white supremacy, heteropatriarchy. This is the struggle against injustice faced by people with disabilities, dignity, equity, more than just some hashtag for intersectionality, but the enjoyments of rights and fundamental freedom. This is the real freedom work. It's justice, not charity. Justice, not charity. Hashtag time's up on the violence against women and young girls with disabilities. I be everything extraordinarily, eloquently, elegantly, ecstatically, quintessentially plain. I be the simple little yellow daffodil on your windowsill. I be that cocoon turned butterfly, free will like a quill, inked with goodwill. I am stilled and I am filled in shades and tones and colors you've never seen before. I be adored by the people that matters to me most, from the east to the west coast, ringing toast to the most high, because I am thankful to be alive, and I have survived and I have thrived. It's been a long time since I've seen the sun set, and yet I still continue strong to my last breath, because I be the best of me, wearing t-shirts, sweatpants, hair up, no makeup. I still look the best out of luck. Chuck these deuces up to those who pass this buck. I be that woman who sometimes give I know you got shook because we tend to get all stuck in these conditions to be some fashion CEO's visions of extraordinaire, but I dare to be better than that. I be the cat chance to know where this love is at. I will not be a doormat. So you best get with this format, because I am not programmed to be like the rest of them, because I be your poem to your head. I be spread like the wings to your soul. I be whole and complete. I be street when I have to give love, because the world needs to have more of me and you, beautifully disabled, me and you. Thank you.
Yeah, DJ Cotton Candy. Thank you so much. Now, Krip-Hop is not only music. Krip-Hop is visual arts. Krip-Hop is storytelling. Krip-Hop is poetry. I want to introduce the next artist from Chicago, the Windy City. She is a visual artist. Geneva, come to the stage.
Hi, my name is Geneva and Silva, and I'm a visual artist. Follow me on Instagram. I wear princess, and I'm going to show you my paintings behind me.
So Genevieve, we're gonna pause and have Maxfield join and begin to audio describe now as well. You can keep showing the shots, but Maxfield will now start describing.
One photo is of the skeleton hand giving us the finger. In the background, you have some purples and greens. In addition to that one, You also have what appears to be the back of a woman in purple, framed by some flowers with a bright yellow, almost as though it's a silhouette from the distance. Thirdly, you have this wave of white with a moon, a big moon in the right corner, as though the ocean wave is sweeping over us. Another photo is a abstract woman of color standing tall, as though monstrous, over a cityscape in the twilight with some stars and again a lovely moon in the background, but appears victorious over cityscape.
Thank you so much. These images are self-portraits of my lived experience as a disabled woman of color. And remember, please follow my art on Instagram. I wore a princess to learn more about my process and the meaning behind my work. Thank you, Krip-Hop Nation.
Thank you, Geneva. Thank you. And also, Krip-Hop Nation has been hiring visual artists for the last 2 years to paint pieces for Krip-Hop. And if I turn on my video, I'll turn on just for a second, you will see one of Geneva's artwork in the background. Well, you can't see it now, but I'm surrounded by artwork from Geneva to Otis Smith to Curtis Blackwell. So yeah, so Krip-Hop is more than hip hop, more than music. Just like Keith Jones used to say, Krip-Hop is more than just music. So we're gonna go on to the group Reality Poets from New York, and these are a group of poets from New York, Black and Brown. And we're going to start with Peter. Peter Wood. So Peter, get on the mic.
Hi, good afternoon, or good evening, good morning, wherever you're watching from. Well, it doesn't matter. What matters is that you all are safe and healthy. Okay, I'm going to do this poem called Freedom. For all the software engineers out there, you know, we all know that technology is not always perfect and they make mistakes. So this poem is called Freedom, or well, you decide. Are we really free? Eye in the sky, cookies, social media eavesdropping, Internet of Things. Looking for a place to live? Software can be biased. Algorithms got black people over there, white people over here, Puerto Ricans right here, and the rest you can't even get to. How can we be free if there's one for them and another for me? Blue-eyed man commits a crime, does no time. Dark and brown-skinned man is served up like a cheese line. A mother screams in excruciating pain. A child is born, innocent, helpless, blind to the ways of the world. Back in the hood, before that child could do their ABCs, they learned to take cover. They didn't ask for this, they inherited it. You and me, we can fix this. Let us use technology in the best way possible. Do not let algorithms determine our way of life because of the color of our skin. Science without humanity is a sin. Whatever goes into our software will come out. Fix it so it can serve us all fairly and justly. Thank you.
Okay, that's Peter from Open Door, and Reality Poets going to go on with more Reality Poets with Vince Price. And Vince is once again from Reality Poets, and it's one of the organizations that we are funding with this benefit online. So Vince, take it away.
Hey, how you doing? How everybody doing? First, I would like to thank Krip-Hop for this wonderful show during these crazy hard times. And this is a poem I wrote called Confined and Confused. Corona, Corona, you have me confused and confined once again. Except this time it's not a 6x9 cell. You got the whole world going through hell. Not even discriminating, attacking all races, even the rich white America. Who are you? Who sent you? Show your face. Is this another plan to break down America? 9/11 all over again times 10? Not wanting to see nobody win? Or is it Trump's plan to make America great again? Now an introduction that leads into a hug and a kiss becomes a weapon of mass destruction? They say stay 6 feet apart, social distance yourself, but yet you still have thousands infected. The enemy is invisible and it seems like there's nowhere to hide. What's the real reason? Will we ever know the truth? Or years later will someone finally spill the juice? Corona, Corona, who birthed you? Were you airborne? Or were you just released out of hatred? Taking lives, sending them to that sacred place before they can even imagine it can happen? Corona, Corona, you had me confused and confined. Once again, thank you.
What's up? Let me get it right. Can you hear me?
Yes. Go ahead.
Just start the video. Okay. How come can you see me?
No.
Hold on.
And don't forget to mute your microphone if you're not on, people.
It's saying the I can't start the video because the host has stopped it. But I need to start my video. Something.
Leroy, which presenter's presenting right now?
It's 4 Wheel City.
4 Wheel City.
4 Wheel City from New York.
Okay, start my video. I think it's going now.
Yeah.
Here we go. What's up? What's up? Krip-Hop, New York City. Shout out to the poets. That was some good poems. And checking out what y'all been doing. But yeah, just here I'm gonna do a couple of cuts on the new album, Quarantine Music. Me and my brother put together. He on the beats, along with my brother Big Kev.
Only one piece, Tab Boy. One piece.
All right, so I'm gonna do I guess I'm gonna do Thank You, right? So it's a song, it's one of the songs on the album. It's called Thank You, and it's just giving back to the people who's been helping us during this time, all the essential workers and the doctors and stuff like that. And it's one of the songs on there that we wanted to just show some appreciation and figure that this is fitting for what we're doing today. So here we go. I hope y'all can hear it good. Let me see. Let's give it up for the workers and people out there who sacrifice their life in the name of healthcare. The ones out there just doing it because they care and take a deep breath when poison's in the air. Yeah, the nurses, the doctors, the angels on earth who've been sent here, the watchers, the people in the streets still making deliveries and making sure my supply still get to me. Yeah, this is going down in history. Gonna take a toll on us mentally and physically. But you work cause you know essentially you're gonna pull through all this eventually. True heroes I haven't seen since the days of Ground Zero, the epicenter of New York. Yeah, they trying to knock us off, but we never take a loss because of you, of course. So I thank you. Yeah, I thank you. So I thank you. Yeah, I thank you. So I thank you. Yeah, I thank you. You know I thank you. I'm so thankful. Yeah, it's true, I got a spiritual mind. And the thing we're going through is just a spiritual time. But we going to pull through, it's just a matter of time. Just for all my people still out there on the grind, still going to work. Gotta make ends meet, cause the bills is due. And the kids gotta eat, the situation is beat. As a 6-foot grade, gotta put your life at risk just so you could get paid. Hey, whoever thought to be like this, we all connected. Really don't matter if you rich, don't matter if you poor. Shout out to my people still working in the stores, all around the country, all around the world. For all the little boys and all the little girls who can't go to school. I know it's hard on you too, but you can't in there while you getting home school. So I thank you. So I thank you. Yeah, I thank you. Yeah, I thank you. Yeah, I thank you. Yeah, I thank you. So I thank you. I'm so thankful. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Tap Water. 4 Wheel City, no joke. New York City.
Yeah, New York in the building.
Thank you. Much love, much love.
Peace, Leroy, what up?
All right, so we're gonna go on to let's see, Archie from Tanzania, Africa. So Archie, are you on? Archie?
Yes, hello.
Hey Archie, what's up? So Tanzania, take it away, Archie.
Thank you. Hello. Hello, everyone. Yes, I want to use my video because of the connection and is not stable here. We use 3G, so my point, Leroy, can go on.
Yeah, you can go. We can hear you. You're going in and out, but let's try it.
Devastation of the world pandemic. See of people rushing to work, laughing together as we had fun at family gatherings. I could not hear, but I could see the bright smile wherever we will play outside with my friend at school and study as a group in college. I could not walk, but I could go to the mall in my wheelchair, window shopping, and enjoying a delicious, brain-freezing ice cream outside in the blazing heat. I could not talk, but I could run along the beach shoreline and feel the wet sand grip my bare feet and the wind whistle in my ears. I could not tie my shoes laces, but I could go to the park and kick the ball so high that it will disappear in the deep blue sky. There is a lot more we all can do right now, but we can all stay at home, that we can stay safe and save the lives. Together with no fear, we can avoid COVID-19. Thank you.
Thank you once again. That is Archie from Tanzania. Archie has a Krip-Hop chapter in Tanzania. He's kicking butt. He was here last year for the Krip-Hop African Disabled Tour in the Bay Area. So thank you, Archie. So we're gonna go on to So we're gonna go on to a kick-ass poet. I love this guy. He's from California, Latif McLeod. Get on the mic.
Hi, I am Latif, like Leroy said, and I am going to read my poem. Why are you scared of me? Why are you scared of me? As a child, I knew I was good, adorable, and safe. Because that was what my parents told me. That was what my grandma told me. That was what my physical therapist told me. That was what my teachers told me. So I believed it. I rolled around in my power wheelchair with my head held high and knew I was God's child blessed with promise. But the vision that I had of myself was not always reflected back in the eyes of others. From an early age, people used to stare at me and bore their eyes in the back of my skull like I was some freak, some monster whose face is too grotesque to look at. I grew up with kids who got at my gangly limbs squirming in my chair with an unease that never went away. Kids taught lessons of how I was out of place in their space. Malicious words sprung off their tongues and crashed into my eardrums with their hate and indifference. Why you fear me? Why you freak out whenever I am around? What is it about the sight of me that makes you cringe? Is it because when you look at me, you see a reminder of your own fragility? The fact that one day your body will go weak and die decomposing into dust? Or do you fear me for my skin? The smooth maroon and encasing of my body, illicit fears that I might kick you, hit you, roll over you in my wheelchair. Am I that nappy-headed criminal that makes you clutch your purse as you walk past me? Do you secretly wish that a police officer come and bust in my head and take me to jail? Or better yet, put a bullet in my heart to stop the enraged monster you see me as? Or do you see me as a freak? A monster whose body medicine cannot fix, whose body cannot be loved, cannot be sexually desired, cannot provide a woman with her physical, emotional, spiritual, and sexual needs. Why does a woman emasculate me with her gaze? Do you see my body as only acceptable if rehabilitated? If I work on a surgical or therapeutic way to fix me, then you will embrace me with open arms, because then I will be just like you. That may look like a happy ending to you, but you will never know why you are really scared of me. Okay, that is the poem. Thank you.
Thank you, Latif McLeod from Oakland, California. Thank you so much. We're gonna go back. I'm sorry about this. I messed up. I'm gonna go back to Archie in Tanzania. He did an intro to the poem. So now we're gonna go and listen to the poem. Archie.
Yes.
Are you there?
Hello.
So Archie, you're gonna
say?
do the poem, right?
Corona, angamiza dunia. Ewe Mwenyezi Mungu, ili balaa la korona duniani, madaktari na wanasite wanatafuta tiba korona ya magonjwa yote aliyowahi tokea duniani. Mungu wetu, tuepushe na hili janga la korona, linaua watu, haibagui tajiri wala maskini, na inaua. Ewe mwanadamu, jihadhari sana, chukua hatua za kuepukana na hili janga la kidunia. Washa moto wewe wa mikono, tumia sabuni, korona tishio duniani tumeona.
Okay, Archie, that was beautiful. I'm so glad, Emily, thank you for reminding me. I'm so glad that we went back to Archie. Thank you. And now we're going to go to...
Thank you.
Yeah, okay. So
well,
now...
just want to show the Krip-Hop what I did.
Okay. Okay, Krip-Hop logo. Okay.
Yeah, that logo.
All right, good. All right, thank you, Archie. We're going to move on to the next artist, so thank you. So the next artist. Thank you. So the next artist is my boy, Otis Smith. So me, Otis, and Latif, and Keith do what's called Black Disabled Men Talk on YouTube. So you can check it out on YouTube. But Otis is an artist, visual artist, poet, and he's a deep, deep thinker. So Otis, take it away.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate the opportunity. So I'm gonna start with this piece called All Things Are Relative, and it goes, she said, I pointed out to you the stars, and yet all you seen was the tip of my finger. She said, I pointed out to you the stars, and all you seen was the tip of my finger. See, what you didn't see is that most of those stars died centuries ago. And it took centuries more for you to finally see evidence that they ever existed there. Memory called solar systems to finally come close enough to be visible. Because time possesses no jurisdiction over the reach of our eternal souls. For who we really are immortals masquerading as mortals. So live a message that will outlive you, which will send ripples through the cosmos. Although the masses will miss it, the stargazers will get it and appreciate the distance you travel to give it. For she told me that our minds are so free that it must create a prison for itself, for its limits are limitless, since we're merely a version of the infinite. And all religion did was create definitives to define that which defines our definition. Good and evil, God and the devil are different expressions of existence. That's why when they say I'm small, I say I'm God condensed. Angels and demons are merely the divine playing both sides of the fence. Yeah, they want to know which path do I walk, the light or the dark. Do I hang with Darth Vader or Skywalker? Lucifer or St. Michael? Because my orthodox views make them indoctrinated, those who've been boxed in uncomfortable. So they need me boxed in too, but spiritually I move fluently. I'm aware some call it heresy, but to put it simply, I shift energy as easy as north and south exchange polarities. Yeah, they have the audacity to laugh at me. All because they don't understand things like sacred geometry. They assume Jesus don't use numbers to speak. That's why they take issue with numerology. Meanwhile, still can't explain the science behind the 12 fruits, or why the city of heaven possessed 12 gates, and what exactly are the 12 jewels? Why only 12,000 will be taken from among the 12 nations? You see, God only speaks through mathematics, because unlike prophets, following prophets, numbers can make false statements. So if you never did these calculations in church, then face it, that's only because your past is ancient. I mean, don't you see how his job security is directly dependent on your illiteracy? For once you know the science behind divinity, you're no longer bound to his ministry. And like a fish born knowing how to swim, your soul will automatically remember how to hold communion with infinity. Again, she told me that our minds are so free that it must create a prison for itself. For its limits are limitless, since we're merely a condensed version of the infinite. And all religion did was create definitives to define that which defies our definition. Good and evil, God and the devil are different expressions of existence. That's why when they say I'm small, I say I got condensed in. Now listen to this. Peasants wish to be royalty so bad, they renamed the John their porcelain throne. For in this hall of mirrors we're living in, the only handicap is vision. Here your five senses are disingenuous. It no longer serves in your best interest. For that's how the mixtures keep the masses dazzled. Idolizing those with little souls living in big castles. But wealth that imprisons the owner is not wealth at all, for the definition of life is constant motion. For in her eyes, a stationary king is the death where the nomad is royalty. That's why 1 through 16 saviors was all gypsies, for to a free spirit. A mansion's worth less than a mobile home. Landlines in exchange for mobile phones. So who's to say you're wishing on a mobile throne? For in this quantum universe we're living in, all is relative. That's why they say heaven is wherever the hell you think it is. Remember, upon observation, even particles bend. Again, she told me that our minds are so free that it must create a prison for itself. For its limits are limitless, since we're merely a condensed version of the infinite. And all religion did was create definitives to define that which defies our definition. Good and evil, God and the devil are different expressions of existence. That's why when they say I'm small, I say I'm God condensed in. And that's that piece. I hope y'all liked it.
Yes, thank you, Otis. Woo! And thank you, sign language interpreters. I know that was much and fast, so thank you. So now we're gonna go to Brazil, because Krip-Hop is international, baby. So we're gonna go to Brazil with my boy, Billy Saga.
Jorge sentou pra sanar, cavalaria. Eu sigo resistente à esperança que me guia. Cada linha escrito verso boa poesia. Vivida a flor da pele, o sol a sol da lida. Irmãos de luta e causa seguem a saga comigo. Só caminho, coração inacessível é só o inimigo. Preconceito social, estigma, reforça que é tipo 5-7 gol. Contra o anestesista existencialista na tendência que marginaliza e lesa a classe. Conformista de pessoas com deficiência que não mostram a face. Protagonizam a inércia cultural pra garantir o básico. Ficam sem o fundamental. Direito é sádico, vim sair da trincheira. Finca a bandeira, puxar o pino. Meu povo é forte, não é por sorte. Me mudar destino, não basta dizer o que pensa. Se você não faz o que diz, fiz o raço valeriano de algum sou aprendiz.
Muito peso, muito desdém, muito desprezo. Precisa ter pavio aceso pro lampião do coração. Não se apagar, é muito espanto, é muito ebó, muito quebranto. Precisa muito pai de santo, fazendo muito encanto pra ninguém chorar.
Egos obesos, mentes anoréxicas, Latinoamérica, para os meus direitos é disléxica, histérica, campanha antiperiférica, homérica, súplica, política pública genérica, atmosférica, concorrência, lesões coléricas, dignidade cadavérica, infâmia esférica, miroma esotérica, violência numérica, a vida vive uma queda teleférica, onde a cadeira está alçada aos cabos de aço da maldade, a sociedade é responsável pela crueldade, vaidade, individualismo, impunidade, arquitetônica, atitude, não na minha cidade, onde o de cima esmaga o de baixo e assim cresce, degrau do mal, pau, que o seu caráter não tropeça de haver uma passagem nesse beco sem saída, achá-la há de ser a saga da minha vida.
É muito peso, muito desdém, muito desprezo, precisa ter pavio aceso pro lampião do coração não se apagar. É muito espanto, é muito ebó, muito quebranto, precisa muito pai de santo, fazendo muito encanto pra ninguém chorar.
Aí, sem vitimismo, ó, daquele jeito, fiquem em casa, cuidem de suas famílias, protejam-se, isso vai passar e nós sairemos mais fortes do que nunca. O hip hop une, o hip hop salva. Salve Krip-Hop! Sabe por quê? É assim, ó. A rima que eu faço é o relato do fato no ato, momento exato, sem pagar fato, nem estelionato, do jeito que eu faço, salve, salve. Thank you, man!
Thank you, Billy Saka from Brazil. Oh, we got kicking butt, people. Thank you for hanging on this time. We had about 3 more artists coming out. Is DJ Shorty in the house? DJ Shorty? I haven't seen her. DJ Shorty, are you in the house? Nope. Okay, so no DJ Shorty. We're gonna go on to Daphne from South Africa. She's a poet and she kicks butt. So Daphne, come on to the microphone.
Hi everyone. I am Daphne Twala and I will recite a poem entitled All Roses Can't Be Red. It flows as follows. All roses can't be red. I bloomed different. They called me weird. For a few years they've made me feel like an outcast, but I've grown to leave that hatred in the past. I've learned to love, but I've been scolded because it wasn't right. I've learned to hug, but they pinpointed that it wasn't tight enough. So I blamed myself. Little did I know that all roses can't be red. See, God colored mine forest green by purpose, but I couldn't embrace it since I was blinded by a bunch of red roses in one place. So I questioned him. Didn't you love me enough to color mine like them? Yet I never really asked, why shouldn't I be different? See, they loved themselves so much that it made me think like I'm worth nothing, like I'm not worthy of love. But he answered, you are colored forest green not because I ran out of red, but because I wanted to teach everyone that you don't need to be the same to fit in. You are colored forest green because come whatever storm, your color will remain as it is. It was then when I discovered self-love, that it is not defined by how I treat, but by how I am treated, rather how I treat me. Not all roses are red. I am forest green. Allow me to reintroduce myself. So what if I love not like you? But yes, my love is authentic. So what if I take longer in all I do? It doesn't mean that I can get it done. Yes, I am still learning to embrace features of me which no one appreciates. I am mostly thorned, constantly insecure, yet I am strong. Strong enough to face each hatred sent my way, strong enough to stand up for my color, for I know I am one of the rarest kind. There are a lot of roses like me, colored different. In most cases, we fight to fit in when we were really made to stand out. All roses can't be red. My color is godly defined. Embrace yourself. Embrace your color. Thank you.
Yes, that was beautiful. Thank you so much, so much. So we're coming to the end of this benefit, this concert. I want to speak once again that Lux Matutu unfortunately couldn't do his sound, but me, Krip-Hop, and Lux Matutu is working together to do a festival in South Africa. So hopefully that will be coming up next year. So look out for that. And I want to end today with thank you once again for being here. Thank you for the sign language interpreter. Thank you for the artists. Thank you for Paul Longmore Institute. And thank you for Stacy Pucks, who really thought about this idea. And I want to leave with a closing remark, and hopefully we can put up the picture of Rob Denoy's temple, our ancestor that just passed away. But the closing remark goes like something like this. Artists / activists with disabilities, our families around the world, let's continue to come together and show our power, talents, activism, wants, and needs, because we are connected worldwide, inside the art world and out. Rest in peace, Rob Denoy's temple. Thank you, everybody.